Okay, thanks everybody. Sorry we're a few minutes late. First of all, believe it or not, I wanted to thank you guys. First time around in 2018, I wasn't out in front of the press that much. I appreciate how you've approached this. You've been fair. Well, most of the time. No, you've been fair. I've gotten to know a lot of you a lot better, and I look forward to working with you over the next 4 years. I do think tomorrow is going to be a terrific day. We feel the momentum. We felt it on our bus trips. We felt it over the weekend. The people are ready for change. We've had 4 years, or actually 12 years of Democratic governors. We've had 40 years of a Democratic legislature. That's what one party rule does. You see where we are. I use the term peas in a pod. Rob Hodeling and Ned Lamont are two peas in a pod. They're one choice. They're both anti-police. They're both soft on crime. They're both supporters of Dan Malloy. You saw it at the debate the other day. It was at a minimum 2-1. Those two aligned on all their policies. So there's a very clear choice. Now, Governor Lamont's not going to win, but imagine if he did for a minute. December 1st, everybody's gas price is going to go up by 25 cents a gallon. It's already in the legislature. Governor Lamont delayed that tax till 22 days after the election. What a coincidence that it comes back in right after the election. January 1st, his tax on trucks will come in. That's the governor's consolation prize for not getting tolls done. So the price of the goods and the goods in the back of those trucks will go up again. We've got Eversource talking about 40% increase in prices. And we're talking about rolling blackouts. How did we get to the point in Connecticut where we're talking about rolling blackouts? Where was the preparation for this day coming? Democrats like to say it's not this fault. Well, they're in charge of the state. They're in charge of the country. They should have seen this coming. They should have done something about it. There's a good chance the governor will mandate COVID vaccine for kids. The first time he was asked, he hedged on it. He's already mandated it for state workers. State workers had to choose between getting the vaccination or going to work. I believe in the vaccine. I believe in the efficacy of the vaccine. I'm vaccinated. My kids are vaccinated, but I do not think parents should be forced to vaccinate their kids. We need to put parents back in charge of raising their kids. That's what Laura and I will do. Crime. Out of control. Bunch more shootings this weekend. Hartford on track to have its deadliest year since 2003. Sexual assault up 23%. 97% of the state troopers gave Governor Lamont a vote of no confidence. 97% of his own state troopers don't support him. We've been endorsed. I probably won't even get them all by the state police, by the police departments of Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, Stamford, Waterbury, Enfield, Clinton, Madison, Trumbull, Norwalk, last week. Fraternal Order of Police. Good thing Laura's here behind me. We're going to make a good team. That tells you something, ladies and gentlemen. It tells you that police support us. Police support reversing portions of this accountability bill, which took away their qualified immunity, which changed the use of force standard, and has made them unable to do their jobs. We're going to fix that. Governor Lamont had a slip-up in the debate last week. When he was asked about whether we should teach gender ID in school, what did he say? We don't and we shouldn't. His own Department of Education website advocates teaching gender ID in grades 6 through 8. That's a lie. Either he doesn't know what his Department of Education is advocating, or he knows and he lied. Neither of those answers is good. Very few of you picked up the story, but mysteriously, 2 hours after the debate, the link to that exact portion of the Department of Education website went down. I'm not sure why he didn't report it. It's the exact place where he messed up in the debate. It goes down. The words come up, they're different. Seems to me that we should look into it, but your call. So here's what Laura and I are going to do. We're actually going to put residents of Connecticut first. What a novel idea. The past 6 months to a year have been a job interview for us. People need to decide who they want to be their leader for the next 4 years. We're asking you to pick us. We're going to put you first. We're going to take the money that's up here and we're going to spend it like it's yours, not like it's ours. We've rolled out a plan called Connecticut First, Fight Inflation, Reduce State Taxes. That is a real plan that's executable, that we're going to get done. We're going to reduce the state sales tax. We're going to cancel the truck tax. We're going to extend the tax holiday on gas. And we're going to make Connecticut more affordable. When you have people making decisions between food and prescription medicine, or filling their oil tanks half full, and in this building there's a $6 billion slush fund, we need to put that money to use. We need to give it back to you. We're going to support the heck out of police enforcement and keep people safe. I signed a pledge with Laura 2 weeks ago that we'd keep people safer and that we'd revisit the police accountability bill that everybody promised to revisit when it was passed. Everybody knew it was a flawed bill. Everybody was up all night and signed it at 7:30 in the morning. Governor Lamont said, don't worry, we'll reverse the bad, we'll deal with the bad parts of it. You know what's happened since last Tuesday, or 2 weeks ago? Governor Lamont says he's standing by it. Laura and I stood in that football stadium for 2.5 hours watching the families of the Bristol police officers come in and mourn for 2.5 hours. And Governor Lamont's answer is, we're going to stick by a police accountability bill. Horrible. Unconscionable. And finally, we're going to give parents the right back to raise their kids. We've rolled out a parental bill of rights. You want to talk about a kitchen table issue with your kid, do it at the kitchen table. We need to get our schools back to teaching reading, science, math. We need to invest in our technical schools. We need to make more capacity in the charter and the magnet schools. Those waiting lists are way too long. And you know what? We got $6 billion upstairs to do it. I'm suggesting we give half of it back. If I can't manage through the coming recession with a $3 billion surplus, then I should be replaced in 4 years. I was a CFO of UBS. I've done it before. I can do it here. So Laura and I and the team cannot be more excited about tomorrow. I'm telling you, we're going to win this election. People need to get out and vote. The only way we're going to change Connecticut is to change the governor and the lieutenant governor. I thank you guys again for all you've done for us. And we look forward to working with you to turn Connecticut around. There's a lot of people out there counting on us right now. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. We're going to do it. And with that, I'm going to introduce the second half of the tallest LG governor candidate in the history of Connecticut, Laura Devlin.
Thank you. Bob Stefanowski is going to be a phenomenal governor for the state of Connecticut, and I could not be more honored than to be here as a prospective next lieutenant governor working with him. It is going to be so refreshing to have a government that actually works for the people of this state. And since May, we have been crisscrossing this state. We have been in every corner, the shoreline, everywhere in between, talking to voters of all party affiliation, Republicans, Democrats, unaffiliated voters, all demographics, and what we hear is the desire for change. People are struggling with the ability to continue to be able to live in this state. We have got to address affordability, and you heard it from Bob, we are going to do that. They're also deeply concerned about the safety of their communities, and we are going to change that as well. And for the sake of the parents and a mom who came up to me in tears a week ago for fear of what would happen if we didn't win and the mandates that this governor would put on to children, we will get government out of the way between parents and their kids. It's going to be a bright new day in Connecticut, and our commitment to listening and talking to the people of Connecticut does not end with Election Day. We will continue, and we can't wait to get to work for you.
Thank you.
Yep.